I'm just gonna let this one flow because if I don't, then I'll continue to start, stop, and I don't want to do that. Since last week, I've been trying to put words to celebrate my life, as it's been an entire year since I got into an accident on the I-95 in Florida on May 3rd of 2025. I wasn't the driver. I posted a video last year and it was all anger, and I've since then hid the video. The things that are important from that video is to know that initially I had owed the hospital $42,000 for a 3-night stay in the hospital. I was going to sue the girl that got me into the accident. I chose not to. The girl that got me into the accident was a friend, and when I left the hospital, she never called, check in on me or any of the above, and it's been a year. And this is someone that was at my wedding, but it's neither here nor there. Over the long weekend, I listened to an audiobook. For some reason, it just came up on my timeline and it spoke about how to stay calm and positive in life. And I ended up writing about it. And what I did today was typed it out, and it's 4 pages. I think this is a better version of me than the version last year that was calling her all kind of B's and A's, and the pain that I felt, and then everything else that has happened to me. And so this is the version that I want to share here on my little channel. So let's go over all the things that I've wrote, and it's about 4 pages. It's all back and front except the last page, which is very interesting. I haven't wrote in a long time, even though I'm really good at it. I somehow, and this is me being honest and a little bit vulnerable, I don't like tapping into my creativity as much because I know that I get it from my dad, and I don't have a great relationship with him. And every time I write, I say, Tiffany, girl, you remind me of your dad, and I hate that sometimes. But let's talk a little bit more. I don't want to miss my life trying to solve it. Over the long weekend, I took the time to listen to an audiobook called How to Stay Calm and Positive in Life. And it met me at a very human place, not in the polished version of me, not the strong version of me that everyone expects, not the version who has answers, plans, responsibilities, businesses, ideas, and people depending on her. The version of me that has survived things that I still don't always know how to explain, like the accident, the fear, the emotional weight, the pressure to keep moving, even my body and my mind and my spirit are telling me, girl, slow down. The part of me that wants calm, but sometimes feel like life keeps pulling me back into survival mode. One line that stayed with me was a reminder that I'm not broken, I'm not weak, I'm human. I needed that more than I realized, because sometimes when life feels heavy, I start to question myself. Why am I not further? Why am I still being affected by certain things? Why do I always overthink? Why do I feel so deeply? Why do I want peace so badly, but still find myself carrying stress, resentment, disappointment, fear, and uncertainty? But I came up with the answer, and it's actually very simple. I'm human. I'm a woman who's been through real things. I'm a woman who's still becoming. I'm a woman who is learning how to live life again and not just function. I'm a woman who's trying to build a beautiful life while still healing from parts of the old one. The audiobook spoke about the paradox of control, and that hit me deeply. I realize how much energy I've spent trying to control outcomes, people, timing, relationship, business, and the future. Silly enough, the past and how others perceive me. I have tried to hold so much together, and many times at the expense of my own peace. But I'm learning that calm doesn't come from controlling everything. Calm comes from knowing what belongs to me and what doesn't. My actions belong to me. My healing belongs to me. My attitude belongs to me. My boundaries, my efforts, and my choices belong to me. Other people's reaction do not. The past do not. Every outcome does not. Every miscommunication doesn't. Every delay does not. It's hard for me because I care. I care deeply, sometimes too deeply. I want things to work out. I want people to understand. I want life to make sense. I want the people I love to meet me where I am, the way I do for them. But maybe peace begins when I stop begging life to be different before I allow myself to just breathe. And that's funny because I've been learning the 446 that the exhale should be longer than the inhale, and it's definitely put me in a lot. It calms me down quicker, so I'm going to continue that. The audiobook talked about gratitude in a way that felt different. Not the surface level kind, not the just be grateful kind that dismisses the pain, but the kind of gratitude that looks difficult and asks, what is this teaching me? That made me think about my own life. I'm not grateful for everything that happened to me, and I will not pretend that every painful thing was good, but I'm grateful for who I am and who I'm becoming because of it. The accident. The accident taught me that life can change quickly. The hard seasons, the hard seasons teach me that I'm stronger than I believe. The quiet moments taught me that I need myself. The disappointment has taught me discernment. The emotional pain taught me that I cannot abandon myself just to keep the peace with others. And the rebuilding is teaching me that small steps compound. I'm learning that gratitude does not erase the grief. It actually gives the grief someplace softer to land. I also felt deeply connected to the part about emotional resetting. The idea that emotions are like the weather. They pass through you, they're not permanent, and they're not definitions of who you are. And that felt freeing. I am not my anxiety. I'm not my sadness. I'm not my anger. I'm not my fear. I'm a person who has feelings. That gave me room to pause, to breathe, to choose, to say, this is what I'm feeling, but this doesn't have to be the drive of my entire life. Another reminder that I needed. Because there are moments when I feel everything at once, when I feel overwhelmed by my future, my marriage, by money, by responsibilities, by businesses, by employees, by my body, by healing, by all the versions of myself I'm trying to become. But then I'm also learning to stop, to breathe, to observe what is happening inside of me without immediately judging myself, to proceed with intention instead of reaction. And that is the woman I want to continue to become. Not the woman who never breaks down, not the woman who never cries, not the woman who pretends that she's always okay, but the woman that can always return to herself. Then there was a chapter about rewriting your inner story. That was personal because I know what it's like to have that harsh inner voice, the voice that tells you you're behind. I'm gonna read this in first person because I wrote it in first person. The voice that tells me I'm behind, that what I'm doing is not enough, that I should have it all figured out by now, that I need to be stronger, prettier, healthier, richer, calmer, more successful, more disciplined, more everything. That's how it feels in my head. But I'm tired of bullying myself into becoming. I want to love myself into becoming. I want my inner voice to sound less like punishment and more like friendship. Instead of, you're failing. Girl, this is your first time doing it. You're learning. Instead of, you're behind, I want to hear myself say, you're still here and you're moving. Instead of, you should know this. Instead of, you should be over this by now. I want, healing is not a performance. Instead of, you're wasting time, I want, now that you see things clearly, choose differently. So, I'm rewriting the story. I'm not the victim of everything that happened to me, but instead the student. I'm not stuck, I'm rebuilding, and I am not late. The audiobook reminded me that the audiobook also reminded me of the power of, I struggle with this a lot. The audiobook also reminded me of the power of the present moment. That one hit home because I know how often I live in my head, replaying conversations, thinking about what went wrong, wondering what's going to happen next, planning, worrying, anticipating. But life is happening right now. My breath is happening right now. My home is happening right now. My body is healing right now. My dreams are alive right now. God is still giving me another day right now. And I don't want to miss my life because I'm always trying to solve it. That line came to me as I listened. I do not want to miss my life because I'm always trying to solve it. It's funny because in my last vlog, I spoke about participating in life again, and that's what the next line says. It says, I want to participate in life again. I'm learning to remind myself of who I am outside of what happened to me. I'm a good employer, I'm a good friend, I'm a good person, I'm someone who tries, I'm someone who cares, I'm someone who shows up even when I'm tired. I'm someone who's still learning how to be soft without being weak. I was going to say without being a weak. Strong without being hard, and loving without abandoning myself. And I am more than my accident. I am more than the moment that someone else's choices changed my life. I am more than the friend who preferred to get her hair done, rushed us up a busy highway, crashed the car, and did not check on me once after I came out of the accident. Once after I came out of the hospital. That part still hurts. That part still hurts. Not the accident itself, but the silence after. The fact that you caught a plane, went back to your island, and didn't check on me. But I guess everyone has their own lives that they have to deal with. Not the accident itself, but the silence after. The lack of care, the way someone can be present in the moment that breaks you, then absent when the healing follows. Then absent with the healing that follows. And I'm allowed to admit that. I don't have to pretend that it didn't I don't have to pretend that it doesn't affect me anymore. I don't have to rush forgiveness. I don't have to make the story smaller. I don't. I got heated right there for a second, girl. We're still healing. We're still working at it. We're still working at it, okay? Okay. I don't have to pretend it doesn't affect me anymore. I don't have to rush forgiveness. I don't have to make the story smaller so that others can feel more comfortable. I can acknowledge the pain without letting it become my identity because I am more than what happened to me. I'm still here, and some days being here is enough proof that I'm stronger than I thought. I am also learning that I don't have to be one version of myself all the time. Sometimes I want to vlog my life. Sometimes I want to do sit down talks like right now. Sometimes I want to motivate others. And sometimes I'm the one who needs encouragement. Sometimes I want to share lessons. And if you know me, sometimes I want to step away and live the lesson in private. All of that is allowed. I can be a human first. I can create from overflow. I can't create from an empty cup. I can share when it feels honest and step back when my spirit needs to be quiet. Not because I need to prove myself to the world, but because I know what I carry. I know the idea God has placed in me. I said it says ideas. I know the ideas God I know the ideas God has placed in me. I know the work I'm willing to do. I know the vision I see for my life, my family, my future, and the people that I want to help. I want to do what I can with what I have. Even if it's not perfect yet, though I'm still healing, even if I don't have the money, even if support isn't always there, and even if I have to build slowly, one decision at a time, I can still build. I can still make something beautiful with what I do have. We're almost there. The audiobook reminded me that peace doesn't come from controlling everything. It comes from knowing what belongs to me and what doesn't. So I'm choosing the things that belong to me because I want to participate in life again. I want to water my plants and water myself. I want to make the different juices. I want to go to the gym, sit in my car and talk to myself, laugh. I want to cry. I want to create. I want to rest and cook and build and film and share and heal and try again. Not because everything is fixed, but because I'm still alive. Because my life is still happening. Because my life is still happening. Then there was a part about self expression that felt like confirmation because I have been feeling called to share a little bit more. Not because I have everything figured out, but because maybe my honesty can help someone else feel less alone. Maybe my little journal is not just for me. Scared because I'm very private. But maybe my little journal is not just for me. Maybe my voice can become a bridge. Maybe the things that I'm surviving quietly are the things someone else needs language for. I don't want to perform healing. I want to document honestly. Some days will be peaceful, some days will be messy, some days I'll feel inspired, some days I'll feel like I'm starting all over again. But all of that is human. All of that is part of becoming. Lastly, see, told you I was almost done. Lastly, the audiobook said that reflection is the difference between living your life and learning from your life. That will stay with me. I don't want to just go through things anymore. I want to learn from them. So tonight, when I ask myself, what did you do well today? I kept going. What could you have handled differently? I could have been a little bit gentler with myself, and I can work on my road rage. And I can work on my road rage. Work on my road rage. Work on my road rage. So that 3 times fast. What am I grateful for? I'm grateful that I still want peace. I'm grateful that I still believe in my future. I'm grateful that even after everything, I'm still trying to become a softer, wiser, healthier version of myself. I'm learning that calm and positivity doesn't always mean being happy all the time. It means choosing not to abandon myself when life feels uncertain. It means choosing peace when I want to panic. It means choosing gratitude even though I'm still healing. It means choosing presence even when the future is loud. It means choosing boundaries even when people do not understand. It means choosing to speak up for myself like someone that I love and speak to myself like someone that I love. And maybe the lesson that I needed most out of all of this is I don't want to miss my life while I'm still trying to figure it out. I still very much owe the hospital money, and this week I'm going to set up a plan with them to start paying them back. And I plan to be gentler with myself. Things I grew up with my mom always saying to me is be careful of the friends you keep. And I'm going to be a lot more mindful with that. I'm going to be very careful of the people that I let into my life from here on out. I won't just allow people to do and treat me however they like. I think one chance is enough as well. Because we sometimes give people so many chances, it just gets worse and worse and worse. I want to love Tiffany more than I love anybody else in this world. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to continue to do that. Thank you for listening. Last year when I spoke about this, I was in a dark place. So I'm happy that this time speaking about this and writing about this and continue working on myself. This was a bit heavier than last week, so maybe next week we'll slow down a little bit more, or we'll pick it up and do a fun vlog. Maybe that's what we'll do. I have gone to the gym today, like I promised. I will continue to go to the gym and I'll continue to take care of myself. I'm happy I sat down and got out of my head and just read what I wrote, and hopefully it helps someone. If it doesn't, I know that in a year when I look back at this, it'll help me. I'm actually very happy that I did that. Over.